entrepreneurs. The Thai Entrepreneur Institute was very well received and has now been conducted over Zoom for all Thai chapters around the world. In 2019, to spread the word further, I started writing a series of blog articles on LinkedIn and Medium covering many of the same topics as the Thai Entrepreneur Institute. By happenstance that year, I met a former Microsoft colleague, Kumar Mehta, who is the author of The Innovation Biome. When Kumar heard of my blog articles, he encouraged me to convert them into a book. Coincidentally, at that time, HarperCollins had entered into a relationship with the Microsoft Alumni Network to publish books written by Microsoft alumni. I contacted HarperCollins and reached an agreement with them to publish this book under the Microsoft Alumni Network imprint. My vision for the book is to cover all aspects of an entrepreneur's journey, from ideation, company formation, fundraising, and scaling the company to eventually achieving an exit. The book is organized into 5 sections. In Part 1, Ideation, I discuss what makes a good idea for a startup. I outline the strategic considerations to determine the viability of an idea. For example, a platform shift is an ideal time to disrupt incumbents, as companies like Amazon and Netflix have shown. I discuss the process for finding product/market fit and how to go about executing a pivot if your original idea is not getting traction. In Part 2, Company Formation, I discuss the fundamentals of forming a company. I outline the various options, which include S Corporation, LLC, Limited Liability Company, and C Corporation, and the pros and cons of each. I discuss the thorny issue of splitting up founder equity, which can be tricky given that each founder brings different capabilities and contributions to the table. Next, I explain the concept of capitalization tables, and how the equity is split up among founders, investors, and employees. I provide an example of a financing to explain how the cap table changes as you go through various financing rounds. Finally, I explain the concept of startup options and the difference between incentive stock options, ISOs, and non-qualified stock options, NSOs. In Part 3, Fundraising, I discuss the various sources for raising funding at different stages of your company. I outline different types of funding vehicles, such as convertible debt, SAFEs, Series Seed, venture debt, crowdfunding, and the pros and cons of each. I explain the meaning of various terms in a term sheet for raising a preferred round of equity financing. It is important that you understand all these terms in order to properly negotiate a term sheet with your VC investor. Finally, I discuss how to build a compelling investor pitch and provide you with a detailed outline for an investor presentation. In Part 4, Running Your Company, I discuss various aspects of growing and managing your company, including hiring great employees, building a vibrant company culture, and becoming a great leader. I outline different options to develop a sound business model for your company. I explain the core concepts of unit economics so you understand how to balance your cost of acquiring your customers against the lifetime value that you generate from them. Finally, given the major downturns that we experience every decade or so, this section outlines how CEOs should manage their companies through deep recessions and emerge in one piece at the end of it. In Part 5, Finding an Exit, I describe the 2 options for finding an exit for your company: through an acquisition or through an IPO, initial public offering. I discuss how you should prepare your company for an acquisition, even though you may not be looking for one in the short term. I explain the importance of hiring an investment bank so you can streamline the process for the acquisition and get multiple acquirers to the table. If you are one of the few companies lucky enough to get to an IPO, there's a lot of preparation to be done. The book outlines the 3 ways that a company has to go public: to do a traditional IPO, to do a direct listing, or to merge with a SPAC.